2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. I thought I was going to be able to come up here with the booyaka. Instead, we got Sam Diakud. We got Deed on her face. Sammy Darnold. Oh, my goodness. The Carolina Panthers fell to the Philadelphia Eagles in what turned out to be a trap game today. Trap.
I don't think it was a trap game at all.
Third quarter problems continue for the Carolina Panthers as we fall now to 3-2, lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in what is supposed to be maybe not a bounce back game, but we were hoping for. What was the final score? I had to put it out of my mind.
It was 21-18.
21-18. The Carolina Panthers fell to the Eagles today after Jalen Hurts in the late doldrums of the game finds a way to get it done. The Carolina Panthers defense did a lot. The Panthers offense did not do enough. And now we're here. And this is where we're at. Cody Lashney, my co-host, C3 Panthers post-game show. Eagles at Panthers. Man, not a good one for me. I was so hyped too.
Not a good
like a good moment. Like for the first half, bro. I was hype as fuck. AJ booyaka.
Well, look,
he was
Tony,
playing out of his goddamn mind, dude. And then
a lot of people play out of their damn mind. But the fact of the matter is, Tony Dunn, this offense and special teams are fucking terrible. And they've been bad, and they're going to continue to be bad. Sam Darnold took a big step back today. People are already in the chat room saying, Cody, I better not be out here defending him. I mean, listen, we're going to break it all down today on the C3 Panthers postgame show. You know that we always pride ourselves on telling you what we honestly feel about this football team. And we're going to do exactly that today because, trust me, there is enough blame to go around. But Tony,
Sammy D, suck the D, bro.
You already know that we're going to do this with the best Panther fans in all of YouTube, man. I'm talking Panther Rule, Ronnie Castillo, DJ That Kid, JB the Great, Karen Choi, Poppin' Bullets, Dexter Henderson, Brad Dugan, Tony Dunn, and nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
Sammy D sucked the D today, folks. And, we're hoping for the best. We're hoping that this team can make some things happen, but you just can't throw those interceptions, particularly when there's no reason to just throw them. You know, I mean, like, we give a lot of forgiveness to our quarterbacks in Carolina, but today I got nuns. Sammy Little D is what I call him. Sammy in need of some Blue Chew D. CK, what happened? Poor little Sammy D just sucked today.
Bro, like, here's the problem. And this is by no means, like, listen, there is a lot of blame that needs to be put on Sam Darnold. But I also believe this is exactly the reason that the Jets failed Sam Darnold as well. They were not able to protect him. Like, and they weren't able to do it here. Why do you think that he had to like, number one, yes, as a quarterback, you should be able to overcome that, and that is his fault. He should not have made those decisions. But I am telling you right now, this offensive line, even though the stat line didn't necessarily say they got a tremendous amount of sacks, it is absolutely fucking garbage. Like, it is so bad at like pretty much every level. And the inept aspect of our entire coaching staff is that they decided to put Moton on the left side and Brady Christensen on the right, who both of those players have played on the opposite side of the line their entire life. Like, so Taylor Moton has always been a right tackle his entire college and professional career. Brady Christensen has always been a left tackle his entire college career. Like, and you're going to come in here and do this, number one. But like, every part of our offense failed today, and it starts with Joe Brady, and it goes to Sam Darnold, and then that offensive line. It's just a failure across the entire thing. If anybody watched this game and said that we were going to lose it based on how our defense played, you would have been like, "No, there's no fucking way." There was clearly
we should have just played the defense on offense.
That's what I mean. You kind of feel like it.
The defense was so good today, right? Like, I mean, I just want them to play both sides of the ball. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Jonte Jackson made better catches than anybody today.
Dante Jackson played very good. AJ Bouye played very good. Hassan Reddick with back-to-back sacks. I mean, listen, even our linebacking core minus Shaq Thompson.
I know.
Played,
what else they got to
well
do
today?
What else they got to do?
They did okay, but the fact of the matter is, man, is that when everything goes wrong at the same time, that's when it starts that domino effect. And listen, okay, so two things here. I've been calling for this forever, to put Taylor Moton on the left side and Brady Christensen on the right side. Part of the reason why I felt this way is because we continue to hear from our coaches and everyone else with an opinion close to this Panthers organization that they view Brady Christensen as a right tackle and not left tackle. So if anyone remembers, I've been saying put this formation just like this in training camp, so they had time to gel and get better, and Taylor wouldn't be whiffing on who to block, the guard or the stunting D lineman coming around on both sides. Like, there was miscommunications all up and down the offensive line. Once again, our offensive interior with Paradis and Miller and Daly absolutely got their asses kicked. I mean, really, that's one of the biggest problems on this football team. It continues to be that problem. And then, listen, we have to really be honest about Sam Darnold right now during this game. He certainly played, in my opinion, the biggest part that he has yet in losing us a football game. Early in the game, he was overthrowing Terrace Marshall. He was missing people wide open. And then at the end of the game, he showed no pocket awareness, threw the ball with a lot of inaccuracy.
He was not good today,
putting it in the wrong place, overthrowing receivers. I mean, he left a ton on the field. And, I think that we have been, or I know I can speak for myself, but some other people as well, that we've been pretty high on Sam Darnold thus far, in spite of the offensive line that he's had to play behind. But today he even had some time to throw a little bit, and he wasn't able to do anything with it, man. When Jalen Hurts put his offense on his back and went down the field and win the game,
he was
Sam Darnold
throwing the ball all over the goddamn plays.
Jalen Smith was the better quarterback when it mattered the most. Jalen Smith was the better quarterback.
He drove their team down there and got a touchdown. And a 2-point
conversion. And a 2-point
It's
conversion.
because we gave him a bazillion chances, and guess who gave him those chances? And that was Sam Darnold, folks. Sam Darnold was terrible today. He was bad today.
Exactly, but that's what Cody is saying. The better quarterback was able to drive down and win the game.
No,
Against the better defense.
Like he was, like you can't say the better quarterback. The guy that had a slightly better no.
Dude,
man, Hurts didn't even do shit today.
Did he win when it mattered? Did he win when it mattered?
He rushed that 2-point conversion in. That's what he did.
He rushed the touchdown.
All of a sudden, you want to suck his.
That's all that was required.
Here's the thing, here's the reason, Tony. Look at this from this perspective. They have. Let's talk about their offensive line. How many of their offensive line are starting offensive linemen? One.
Almost one. None of them, right?
They have one person on their entire offensive line that was a starting offensive lineman.
But they are known for cycling cats in. Period. Hold on. Like that's what they do.
And they got the ball back. Obviously, the problem was special teams. They got a short field. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say they marched 80 yards.
Punt. Block goddamn punt.
He didn't march 80 yards. He was able to go 35 yards, but he was able to still get a touchdown when he needed it. They could have fallen behind. Like when we didn't even get we got one first down on the final drive against a defense that is actually not even considered to be good.
It's all on this Panthers offense, and it's all on Sammy D and Joe Brady. Like these two people, and I don't know. Like, man, I don't feel like assigning blame makes me feel better about this loss. So, like, if I need to come on this show and tell it that it's Sammy D's fault and Joe Brady's fault, but that let's be honest. This defense fucking was the playmaking shit for the first half. Straight up, man. Like that, it's like legit. Is that we came out again in the third quarter and did nothing. Punt. Here, look, this may have been the worst quarter in the history of football. Think about, look, I'm just pulling up the plays on NFL.com. Panthers punt, Philly fumbles, Panthers punt, Philly has an interception, Panthers have an interception, punt. There were 1, 2, 3 turnovers in that quarter, and nobody got a goddamn point. That's the worst quarter of football in the history of the world. Someone tell me a worse quarter of football, not just for the Panthers, but period.
Yeah, y'all know any good massage parlors here in the Charlotte area? Like, hey, just asking for a friend, I mean, dude, listen, my biggest fear, Tony, is that Sam Darnold is just like a lesser version of Andy Dalton. That is not terrible.
Lesser? If he's lesser than Andy Dalton, I am going to come and face fuck you on this podcast.
Dude.
Because that is messed up. You told me that this guy, Andy Dalton? Come on, give me a little bit better than that.
Well, but this is that everybody puts that as like a benchmark because Andy Dalton's thrown for all these yards. My point is that Sam Darnold, I think he's better than he was with the Jets. But overall, man, it's like, what do we like? There's so many times where he'll just miss big, and you're like, what would you even see him right there? That was a layup for him. It was just embarrassing, man. And I'm worried that everything. I'm
not ready to give up on him yet.
I'm not saying I'm giving up on him. I mean, again, we're 3-2. It's a bad fucking loss.
He had a bad game today.
But he had a bad game. My issue is in these, like, I think that Sam has to have everything go right for him if things are going to go his way.
Well, isn't that every quarterback?
No.
Couldn't you say that about every quarterback? Yes, you do say that about every
it's not every quarterback. No, it isn't.
Then why isn't Trevor Lawrence better then? Why isn't like everybody?
Talk about Justin Herbert right now, or what Patrick Mahomes does. Or, hey, forget all the bullshit going on with him, what Deshaun Watson's had to do, okay? What a lot of quarterbacks can do, even when their team is struggling, they can make some incredible plays. And Sam did that earlier this year, I feel, earlier in this season. But he just did not do it today, man. And it's embarrassing. It's on. A lot of this is on him. And Joe Brady was a terrible play caller today on some of those big time third downs too.
The good news is I have my fantasy matchup this week. My opponent had Sam Darnold as the quarterback. So I mean, listen, there is a positive to what's happened today. But at the end of the day,
I had Sam Darnold in fantasy today, and he was my quarterback, motherfucker.
Yeah, that sucks for you, my dude. But here's the part that I cannot stress enough. Like, I don't care what you say. This starts with coaching. Everything that has happened today is on our coaches. Without question, there's blame to be given to everybody, but 80% of the blame today falls on Matt Rule and Joe Brady. Those two guys didn't do anything very well. Listen, here's the problem. For multiple weeks, pretty much every game this year, we have burned a timeout in the first quarter or the third quarter. For no other reason than just because there's a poor communication. In the first what do we know about the first drive of a team's offensive plays? They're scripted. The first 10 to 15 plays of an offensive output is scripted. Period. That's every team in the NFL. They know what they're going to come out there and do for the first 10 to 15 plays. And they still had a miscommunication and had to use a fucking timeout. There's a problem there. There is a problem, and it goes to coaching. And there's other things that the coaching needs to figure out as well. But like the way that they've handled the offensive line, Cody has been on top of this. We've been told Cam Irving from Dallas Cowboys fans is not it. And we knew this coming into this. So we already know this, and we still fail to address it. And when we do address it with Brady Christensen, it takes us to week 4 before we decide, hey, listen, maybe we need to make a change. And that's because one of our offensive linemen gets hurt. There's a problem there.
We should have done this earlier. They should have had more time to prepare. We even heard earlier this week that Brady Christensen was getting snaps at left tackle. So why are you taking snaps away from Christensen or away from Moton to give to Christensen if you ultimately don't have a desire to play Christensen at his natural position of left tackle? Listen, I believe that Taylor Moton can play left tackle. I don't think Taylor Moton can play left tackle on a few days' notice. There's a difference. There's a cohesion.
I don't think the offensive line was ridiculously bad today. It wasn't
the
worst I've ever seen. So I don't even want to hear that.
That's because they had to design quick passes. Like if you notice, like early in the game, there was no space to throw the ball. And that's, like I said, this is not a defensive Sam Darnold, but a lot of his offensive interceptions come because there's always a player within 2 feet of where he's throwing the ball. How many times has somebody come to actually?
I'm not even feeling that, bro.
I watched the entire time, and that was my focus.
Darnold just throwing interceptions, bro. Like if he didn't turn the ball over, this game's a win, easy win.
He panicked.
An easy win. It's a block punt and Darnold. Those are and on top of that, and I am willing to hear this Rule and Brady shit sucks. Like I'm ready for that. Like I think they might be. Like, how do you let this get this out of hand? How? And I don't know who it falls on, but it's Darnold. Like, who else are you going to blame? You ain't going to call out. You're going to call out an offensive lineman. No, we're not like pulling up memes of Paradis in this in this joint. Like, no. Like, what you're doing is this. If you wanted to put 3 pictures on the wall, like most wanted, is Darnold, Brady, and Rule now. Because it sure ain't the fucking defense who scored more points than anybody.
No. And that's what happens when you have an offensive line bad, or when you have an offense that's this bad, because it forces your defense to play perfect. And listen, our defense had a big time day today, man. I think our defense rebounded well from a bad loss against the Dallas Cowboys. But when your offense does nothing off of takeaways, the Panthers had 3 takeaways today and got 3 fucking points off of them. That's bullshit. And then listen, our special teams, they're really the ones that truly lost us this game. They've been terrible fucking all year. And then they had
Blackburn. All right.
Dude, how about the Philadelphia Eagles have not blocked a punt in 4 years. Let that sink in.
Well, when was the last time we
The
blocked
Philadelphia Eagles have not blocked a punt in 4 years. And of course, we let them do it, just like we let Ezekiel Elliott run all over us when he hadn't done that in forever. And dude, then another thing, everyone on Twitter is saying that we might as well have been in Philadelphia. BOA was just fucking overrun by these Philadelphia Eagles fans, man. They said
I can tell you why.
They said when they hit that 2-point conversion, the whole fucking stadium just erupted and cheers.
I'll tell you exactly why that is, and this again falls completely on the fucking face of our ownership. Every NFC East game that we play at home, they up the prices of the base price. Like if you're a season holder, you have to pay more, and you know what that means? Less people are going to be able to go to that, and the people that don't get to see their Eagles play very often are going to be more willing to spend the money on that game. When we're going to be looking at, okay, well, we can go see the Patriots play for a little bit cheaper than the Eagles. That'll probably be a better game anyway. I'm going to go to that one, right? That's why that falls on our ownership and our financial aspect of things. That's always been the case. And if you watch any of those NFC East matchups, they're always that way. Every single time. It's because of the fucking ownership.
You're listening to the C3 Panthers post-game show. You can follow us on Twitter at @cat_chronicles. The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. We're here on Tuesday nights live, 9 p.m. Longest running Panthers podcast. iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher. Smash the thumbs up button. Give us a like while we're at it. Guys, I mean, are we really... How did we lose this game? I think, like, at this point, that's what I'm really trying to gather here, is that the defense comes out and responds after getting, kind of punched in the face by the Dallas Cowboys. We come into this game, and the defense puts up a solid performance to start this half. After the first half right here, again, we continue to be like, oh, we dope as fuck. I'm ready to punt. I'm ready. I'm juicing mugs up. You know what I'm saying? Booyaka, 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 booyaka. And then the third quarter strikes. What is going on in the third quarter? Please, someone tell me.
Obviously, nothing.
That's it, right.
Nothing. Fucking nothing. Bum, zero, zip, zilch, nada.
It's so bad, bro.
And how about this? No, before we go to the third quarter, how about at the end of the game or at the end of the second half, right before halftime, there's a 4th and short, and you decide to punt?
Why didn't we go for it? Why didn't we go for it? Why did we not go for it?
I did want. How much that pisses me the fuck off, dude? I thought we fired Ron Rivera. Come on, dude. That's bullshit.
Analytics tell you right there that is a bad decision. Every analytic out there will tell you that you're increasing your chances of losing the game by 10% by doing that.
But David Tepper loves analytics, dude. He has analytics for dinner every Tuesday. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, dude? That's so spineless, man. Nut up. I mean, it's right before halftime.
And when your defense was beating ass.
Yes,
that's
man.
the thing. It's not like you were just doing it on an analytic basis, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, 4-2, blah, blah, blah. Like, your defense is fucking beating motherfuckers up. Jeremy Chin coming up like this. Chin was eating this in the first half, dude. Like, the whole defense was just fucking getting after it. Like, how does that influence analytics? I guess I would say, like, that's my thing is, like, I'm okay with you guys saying, all right, every 102 plays this happens or whatever. I like the statistics. Actually, I fucking hate the statistics. I don't even really give a fuck. But when you see your defense, like, just fucking eating motherfuckers up, like, don't that give you a little bit more saying, I mean, if we give the ball up on the 44 or the 48 or whatever it is, like, we can still fuck these people up with a minute left. No, why did we not go for that? That made 0 sense, homie.
And you get the ball back after the half. That's a good way to give your offense momentum going into the third quarter when we've historically been shitting the third quarter. It makes 0 sense, man. There's some shit that these coaches do. And listen, they've been our coaches long enough that we can give them some real meaningful shit now, okay? It's time to really take them to task when it's time. They've been making some dumb decisions since before this season even started. They still haven't let Deontay Brown get a single snap at either left guard or right guard. Why is that? Dennis Daly and the other idiot Miller, they're continuously getting their ass kicked, man. I'm sorry, they are. Dude, our offensive interior just fucking sucks. And they drafted a people mover in the 6th round, and they refuse to play that man. Dude, it's the dumbest shit in the world, man. Whoever said that we're the Carolina Christian McCaffreys, no, but they're right. They really are right, man.
That was John Miller.
This whole thing falls off of a fucking cliff when Christian McCaffrey isn't out there. Y'all better hope that boy isn't injury prone, man. Y'all better hope that Christian McCaffrey comes back and drags this offense out of the fucking mud, because our coaches aren't going to do it. They're damn sure not going to do it. Look at what they're showing you. It's embarrassing, man.
It was Cam Irvin. It wasn't, what did I say? It was John Miller. All right. No, this is on Joe Brady. This is on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, number 1. Sam Darnold throwing picks unnecessarily. And unnecessarily throwing the ball, I feel like. Why, when we're ahead at this point, was our offense trying to make up this ground? I don't get it.
You got to keep in mind a lot of those, not every one of them, but I think a couple of those came right after the offensive line had a holding penalty or some sort of a penalty like that.
Okay.
But at least 2 of them, I believe, came from that. And you got to keep in mind right there, Taylor Moton had the false start or holding right there that caused us to be in a 1st and 20 situation, and then obviously now you're
not
stress.
Just throwing the ball to throw the ball at that point.
Right.
You're all right. I understand that.
So I think that when you're already dealing with a poor offensive line, play on top of the fact that now you have this added pressure because you haven't been able to get anything going, like that's a forced ball that didn't need to be forced. That was 1st down. You have 3 other downs to be able to try to at least make it a more manageable 4th down if you needed it to be. But he forced to get everything, and that's a decision on Sam Darnold. And again, I think a failure on our coaching staff to properly prepare these guys for the game that was ahead of them. And again, I still also believe
Sam Darnold looks like Butthead to me, by the way.
Dude, I fucking hate that Deshaun had to go all pervo mode, dude. Because David Tepper, and especially with his past 2 weeks, and what Federer has shown you and David Tepper have shown you, they're not afraid to go get the guy they want, man. It just fucking sucks that all this massage bullshit is following him, dude. He might be the key that could take this thing to the next level. I know a bunch of people don't want to hear that too, but look, we're going to be divided on this about it happens too. Half the fan base is still chanting for
We're
Deshaun,
sitting here,
man.
no, you can't get off the Sam Darnold D that quick, bro. You've been on
I'm not saying
you can't
I'm
jump
saying
off
Sam's not as talented. I'm not saying Sam can't do the job. I'm saying he's not as talented as Deshaun. Whatever, man. I'm not saying that Sam can't do it. But if you want to tell me that Sam is anywhere near the quarterback that Deshaun is, I'm sorry. Sam might be a far better human being outside of football, but Deshaun is a better quarterback. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
I will tell you what you're telling us, and that is you're jumping off the Sammy D quick, like, bro.
Dude, my man is Tony. You were shitting on Sam. I ain't ever
seen someone.
You were shitting on Sam the other day after a victory, man.
Yeah, and you know what? And
so you're jumping off the Sam train.
How about who? No, I won't ever own it. And how about that? Y'all want to talk shit about me now? Oh,
Talk
all
your
right.
shit, man. Talk it up.
The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. You can call into the C3 Panthers post-game show, longest running Panthers podcast on the intranets. And that's including the motherfucking Carolina Panthers team who refuses to play in the third quarter. Why? What did the third quarter ever do to you? What did it ever do to you? We're at the bar, we're drinking a couple of beers. We were like, oh shit, we're up ahead 5 points or whatever it is. And we come out, we take a leak, and all of a sudden the Panthers piss on our faces. God damn, it was terrible, bro. The third
you have some
quarter.
wonderful metaphors.
252-228-5098. Screw you.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
A long
Yo,
time.
C3 fam, you already know it's your boy Josh from Mass. What a terrible fucking game. Like, man, I guess the defense really missed Shaq Thompson because they didn't look the same at all. Didn't look the same at all. I mean, I like the idea of trying to shuffle the O-line the way they did, but, man, they were still booty cheeks today, man. They were bad. And Sam Darnold, 3 picks.
What game are you watching?
We can't be having that. We just can't be having none of this, yo. The block punt, shit happens, but I mean, we had this game in hand, and then the second half came, and it's like, all right, well, we can just kick a field goal across 2 quarters and expect to win a game. That's all right, I don't know. This team looked like it had no identity at the end.
Well, that's the truth.
No passion, no drive, no resolve, and it's like, where has what we've seen in weeks previous, where has that gone? Like, what was it?
Has Matt Rule lost the team is the question. All right, let's move to the next call. If it plays.
Matt Paradis is not in paradise. He is in, I guess you would say, the sleeping bag of some drug dealer in
what is Joey talking about?
In North Philadelphia.
In the drug dealer's paradise.
This is Panther rules. I told you people on Friday that it would be 18-14 with the Panthers win, and I told you people that we were overlooking the Eagles. Too many people walk around 30-10 and 41 something, and we was going to blow them out of the water. Yeah, it don't look that way, does it? All right, just because Matt Rule or one of his coaches says this guy's great, don't mean he is. Sam Franklin is at most a quality special teams player. He damn sure ain't a starter, and he damn sure isn't worth playing on the regular defense.
That's what we're at.
Neither is the other safety because we
I'm stopping this call, Panther Rule. How about this? Y'all tell me, am I ridiculous or is he ridiculous? Sam Franklin is not the problem in this goddamn football team.
I mean, he's not a problem, but he's also not the answer.
That's what we're calling up about. Like, if you called the radio station today and you were like, "This is I got to talk," put me on the radio. Sam Franklin.
What number is Sam Franklin? Dude, I don't even know if I know his number. What number?
I tell you who the goddamn problem is. It's Sam Darnold. And Joe Brady. Oh, Wonder Brady. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, Wonder Brady.
Let's talk about this. Yeah, you guys have been telling me that Joe Brady is the savant of savants. And I have not shit on him. I have not said he sucked.
42.
But come on. Where the fuck is he at? Where is Joe Brady at?
Hey, listen.
Why is he not the smartest motherfucker on the field? And it's just not the case.
Can I tell you how much I hate the fact that we fell into the fucking trap? like the trap of
y'all
going
fell
out.
into it.
Yeah,
I didn't
like,
fall into it.
You didn't fall into it when you first saw he was getting signed. You were like,
Nope.
"Oh man, he might be good, man." You
Nope.
kind of got excited.
No, I thought he
excitement
might
whatsoever.
be good, but like
You didn't have any excitement for what he was going to be.
The coordinating Joe Brady shit. That's all on Cody over there. Look at that code. Look, oh, yep, Cody last name.
I think
That's
we
all
were
on
all.
you.
I think we were all at least excited to have him because we were like, if he could turn around LSU, maybe he can do something here. I think we had optimism for what he was, and I was optimistic certainly. I think we all agreed after last year when he was getting head coaching nods. We were like, all right, this is a joke. There's no way he's getting a head coach. If he gets a head coaching job, it's again another team falling for the exact
giving
same crap.
Cody Lashney the biggest pass. You're giving him the pass. Look, like we didn't.
Because look, man,
No.
like if everything is going wrong, you have to give equal blame to everyone. But okay, you want me to say, oh, what do you want me to say, Tony? That Joe Brady fucking sucks? How about this? He had a bad day today, just like his quarterback.
When's he been
Just like
fucking
his
this
offensive
amazing
line.
motherfucker that you keep
He
telling
hasn't.
me exists?
I'm not telling you that he has. What I'm saying is when everything is shit, it's hard to smell like roses, dude. That's all I'm saying.
There's
And I'm
two
not
names
giving-
on this
I'm not
list.
giving him a pass today either, man.
The
There was that
top
one
two
time-
names on these lists are Darnold and Brady. They're the two names on the list. Who
I
else
mean,
is it? You're gonna come after me
You're
and be
not
like,
going to
oh,
give any to the offensive line. You're not going to give any.
all right,
to
they're
it?
number 3 then, maybe.
I think you also got to keep in mind, and I've listen, I don't know how much truth there is to this, and maybe somebody else but one of the things that I've been hearing is the one coaching position that is more important than the players is the offensive line coach, and now
we've had the best offensive line coach in the history of the world for the last 12 years, and guess what? Our line sucked.
Not
And
as bad as it does
he's,
right now.
What's his name? Mazuka, whatever, and he went to the
Matsko. Did he
Yeah,
go to the Jets or
I'll
Giants? I thought he went to the Giants. My bad.
Listen, so again, if things go the other way, if Sam Darnold doesn't miss a wide open Terrace Marshall, if he doesn't overthrow or underthrow DJ Anderson,
I don't think that
what would have
Marshall
been
was
that
running that
touchdown pass.
route as hard as he should have been, by the way.
It doesn't matter. Sam overthrew
It
it.
looked
by
like a
fucking
lazy
mile.
ass route he was running. It looked
It
like
doesn't matter. He had
Run
enough
faster,
separation to get it to
motherfucker.
him. That had nothing to do with Terrace
There was
Marshall
nobody
Jr.
even within 5 yards of him. You could have put it you didn't have to put it over his head to where he had to reach out. No matter what.
Sam Darnold was throwing to Terrace Marshall's guardian angel, okay?
Yeah.
Way too high above him, all right? That was 100% on him. So it's like, dude, Joe Brady wasn't good today. He had 2 tight ends on the strong side, on the left side of the offensive line, and then threw it back to the weak side to Ian Thomas on a screen when he had absolutely no one in front of him. Yeah, that's bad play calling. On 3rd and 2, when you know your offense is getting its ass whooped at the offensive interior, you're going to run Chuba Hubbard right up the gut? Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that's a terrible play call from Joe Brady. But again, Joe Brady probably would have had a better game if Sam makes some of those throws that were wide open for him to make. So, yeah, I'm not going to throw this all on Joe. Has Joe lived up to the billing? No.
I told you. It's on 2 homies. 2 homies. Joe Brady and Sam Darnold. That's it. Don't give me this offensive line bullshit on today. This offensive line played better today than they played all year.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I think if you watch this, it was. Listen, they may not have gotten the sack numbers in.
What game were they better?
Hey, let's talk about that New Orleans Saints game.
I mean, listen, our offensive line hasn't had a good game this.
I mean, not the Saints. I meant to say
year.
I meant to say the what was it, the Houston game? We let him get sacked 5 times. It was last week we let him get destroyed. The offensive line was bad last week, but our offensive line played better in the Saints game than it did today. And like, listen, it's been bad. Like, it's gotten worse, and it was very bad today. I don't care. Like, if the numbers don't necessarily add up, he got sacked, 3 times? Like, the problem is, if you look at the pressures and you look at the amount of times that he has a defender within a yard of him, like, it's a problem.
All right, so the chat says Tony's drunk, but get rid of that. It is not true, folks. We watched this team run the ball sufficiently. We saw Sam Darnold throw into double coverage twice. I'm sorry, that's not the offensive line, just him getting smashed the whole fucking time. I'm sorry, it was not the case. Now, do I want to go out there and argue that the Carolina Panthers offensive line today was like the most like stout bastion of defense? Hell no. But look, we started Taylor Moton on the left. We had Brady Christensen on the right. We know the interior sucks. You know what? Anyway, and I will tell you this: is that like, are you really trying to excuse the play of Sam Darnold today?
Who's doing that?
I'm not. You got yes.
No, don't put it on me. I just said
you. And on top of that,
I just asked you where your favorite massage parlors in Charlotte were. What are you talking about?
Robbie Anderson, who is my guy. I really love him. Like, I think he's a good football player. He's been struggling. He's had a tough year this year, number one. Number two, Darnold and him have not had the fantastic chemistry just yet. And today he dropped a couple of passes. You know, I mean, nothing's going right for this offense. Nothing is going right for the offense. We knew the offensive line was bad. Look, I'm still waiting for you guys to prove to me that Joe Brady is some sort of genius. Sam Darnold, you know what? He's been all right. But today he was Sam Darnold. Like, nothing went well.
Nothing.
And it all started in the third quarter.
I think
the third quarter. What the fuck?
I think it started well before that. It started well before that.
It started way before the third quarter.
We should have had a 3-point or 3-possession lead before the second half.
Yeah, dude. Listen, the third quarter has been bad all year, but this is the first time when our offense, even in the first half, just looked pathetic, man. And then, Chuba Hubbard had some good plays today. I continued to be impressed with Chuba Hubbard. And listen, that's another thing too. Like, if we wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to get Chuba this amount of reps anyway otherwise, even in the fourth quarter, we would have still been running Christian into the ground. Like, it takes injuries for this coaching staff to play other players same way it used to be with Ron Rivera. So I'm happy that he's been able to put in the work and he's shown himself to be a good running back. But again, your offense isn't dynamic enough to just run Chuba Hubbard right up the middle. That's been my biggest critique of Joe Brady in this game. Very lackluster play calling on a lot of these run plays, man.
That was just like 2 plays. And of course, you got to test the middle a little bit. The problem was the Sam Darnold interceptions. Like, it's very simple. Like, that's it.
That is, listen, I agree 100%. I agree that you need to blame him, but I think that it's equal blame on the offensive line. But the majority of the blame of what happened today has to go on Joe Brady and Matt Rule. Like, it has to.
I think so too, man.
Why with the timeouts? Can anybody explain to me why we take timeouts?
When we don't need to? Yeah. I mean, listen,
right? Like, when everybody knows what's going on. Like you just got a first down or some shit.
At home. Like, it's not even like we're dealing with the away crowd today. Like, we got it in our first. Here's the thing that's crazy about this. I mean, we are dealing with an away crowd, I guess, sort of, because we're so bad. But when you have the first drive of the game, you have the scripted plays at home, and you still have to take a timeout. That is the problem.
Going through this. Oh gosh. The unnecessary timeouts. I would even call them unnecessary. They turn out to be necessary when you don't know what the fuck is going on, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So they are necessary.
They're unnecessary in the aspect of like they shouldn't have happened. Like there should be they should be fixed. You know.
Hey, what was with that third down call early in? I forget what quarter it was in, but it was third down, and there was an offensive holding, or no, a defensive holding or whatever, and Sam or the coaches decided to accept the penalty and make it third and longer instead of fourth down. I'm not.
All right, so I did
remember that, right?
If that was the case, no, I do. Yes, I do remember the exact moment, and I remember saying this and look, I was at the bar. I'm not gonna lie, I've been locked up for 2 weeks. Like, and I went out there and had a couple of beers, and then when they threw that flag out there, I said decline. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I think it may have been second down. Like, that's what we have to go, because I'm with you, Cody. Like, I felt like it was third down. We declined it. All of a sudden, we walking off the field, you know, but they accepted the penalty and went to what, 3rd and 19?
Yeah, it was at 3rd and 19. And thank God.
See, I think it may have been second down.
It was third. It was third. Down. It was 100% third. Like, it was bringing up the 4th down if they had not accepted. I mean, luckily our defense got it. And somebody said, I think
why
it was.
Why did we do that then?
Listen,
because I was drunk and I still did it.
It doesn't.
Did Matt Rule have a brain fart? Like, what happened?
The logic, I think, was that they were allowing only 2 yards per play. So why not go ahead and at least get the 8 extra yards of field position? It was still the worst decision, right? Because you got a guaranteed 4th and out or 3 and out.
This analytics team, man.
I don't know.
It's just a catchphrase, man. Like, they're not actually using analytics, because if they were, they would have gone for it on 4th down. If that's the case, then they are actively telling you what they think about their own offense and their offensive line. If they don't trust them to get 2 fucking yards on their own side of the field, literally right before halftime, when your defense is playing balls out and you get the ball back, man, it makes zero sense.
Is this game becoming more or less painful as we talk about it? The number is 252.
We were winning most of the game.
98. Like, I felt like this is I felt really bad about the ending of this game, but now I feel even worse as we talk about it.
I mean, the positive is, and what John Barrera says here.
There's no positive.
With his $5 love bomb, as Cody's highlighted here, he said CMC and Gilmore on the sideline licking their chops. Guys, we have our best possible, like, we have a really good defensive player on the sidelines, and we have CMC on the sidelines. And CMC
should have won this game without them.
Agreed.
Fuck that.
Agreed.
We don't need them. Man, we could have won this game 5 times over.
No, we do, Tony. We do need them. As much as we might not want it to be that way, I didn't want it to be that way, but we absolutely need him.
But here's the thing. I agree with you. I think we do need them. And here's the problem I have with that is what was our biggest criticism with Teddy Bridgewater last year? He couldn't close the fucking game. He couldn't close out the game. He couldn't do it. And he didn't have CMC. And guess what? The 2 games that we haven't had CMC, he hasn't closed out the game. Period. Like, he's doing
the problem today. The problem was this very simple: interceptions by Sam Darnold.
Well, exactly. But when you don't, when you have Chuba Hubbard, listen, he was good out of the backfield when he was running the ball, but he dropped the passes. Right? He wasn't a good you missed that leg of what Christian McCaffrey does for this offense. With that piece alone,
that one pass where he drilled him with a bullet, right? Man, it didn't even. Chuba Hubbard wasn't even looking for that shit. It just got pegged right in his chest.
But that's.
By the way, well, go ahead. Okay.
I was gonna say that's my point. Is like when you have the quality player like Christian McCaffrey, it is a difference maker. But I just hate that it's happened like this, because you kind of look at what Teddy Bridgewater did last year, and you're like, oh, wait, so was it not just Teddy Bridgewater? We know Teddy Bridgewater isn't a franchise quarterback, And you saw it today again. Obviously, he was able to do some things there towards the end, but he was a garbage time quarterback today as well. But
so y'all are really trying to put not winning today on not having Christian McCaffrey?
Not just that, no. I mean,
I think that we would have had a much better chance. But Tony, this is what I'm telling you, that's fucking depressing. No, you're not hearing me, man. I'm saying that's depressing. I told you before this game that it's bullshit if the Panthers did need Christian McCaffrey to win this game. But I'm here to tell you that regardless of what me and you want,
we should have beat that fucking ass, period, bro.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, bro. Like they didn't do it, and they do need Christian McCaffrey out there on the field, especially if they're gonna. If this offensive line is going to continue to be as bad in the middle as it is, you're going to need Christian's presence to lighten the load a little bit. That's just the way it is. I want to touch on one thing before we jump into these cat calls heavy. People are like online, and this comment right here from Adrian Williams is like making it sound like Greg Olsen was against us today. Bro, y'all got to take the kids' gloves off. What's Greg Olsen supposed to do? Be called just a biased Panther and lie to you about what he's seeing on the football field? Yeah. How about this? When Greg Olsen, a Panther great, is sitting there telling you how fucking terrible this team looks and is being honest in his criticism, you listen to that man. That man knows what he's talking about. He has no reason to treat the Carolina Panthers with kid gloves and lie to you about what he's seeing on the football field, dude. Greg Olsen was fine today. I enjoy him as a commentator. I always do, man. I think he's honest and I think he's fair.
Next call.
Yeah, this is Dwayne from Winston-Salem. This is probably the worst game I've seen all year for the Panthers. Sam Darnold, 3 interceptions. We lost to the 1-3 Eagles. Joe Brady's play calling was absolute trash today. I don't know what was worse, Joe Brady's play calling or Sam Darnold's play.
That's what I'm saying. This is the call right here.
We got to do better than this. Keep pounding.
That's the truth, man. Y'all keep defending Joe Brady all you want. Y'all keep defending Sam Darnold all you want. And at the end of the day, these guys haven't done enough.
No one's saying that
and
they
Sam
have.
Darnold, you know what? I actually think is right now, I just need Sam Darnold. I've given him so much grace, baby. Like, I'm like, oh, he's about to tell everybody what's up. He's about to get this. And then nope, and nope. Motherfucker didn't do shit today, man. In a position, and I don't want to hear that the offensive line was just so terrible. We were playing from ahead. That was the thing. It's like we were playing from ahead. And Cody, CK, you did bring this up. Is like if you get a holding call on first down, you're not just ahead 13 points or whatever. But I don't feel like he ever was under duress to the point of the game clock or anything. Why is it? Like, he was bad today, bro. And he was playing from ahead. This defense gave him a lot of opportunities. CK, why do you think that? Why do you think that pressure started to fall on him a little bit?
Because, I mean, you start to, number one, when one of the things we've all been kind of critical of has been Sam Darnold's lack of being able to connect on the deep ball, right? And so he comes out today and he still has that same trouble. And, when our offensive line isn't protecting him the way that he wants it, where let's be honest. I mean, you give a good offensive line, I'm sure he's going to be doing well, right? You're going to have that, but you're not always going to have a good offensive line. The part that I will agree with is this is where I think it is fair to give the I guess a lot of the blame to Sam Darnold is because even though Patrick Mahomes, for instance, didn't have an offensive line last year at all, whatsoever, he still got his team to the Super Bowl because he was an elite level quarterback. He obviously has a lot of a lot of parts on that team. The defense was really good last year to a certain extent, but for the most part, it's Sam Darnold should have come in here and been able to say, hey, listen, we got a short field. We're going to take advantage of that. What I think we need to be able to do as well is find out what the Eagles did in the secondary, because the Eagles apparently were suffocating our wide receivers. Like every time that I saw a pass go to a wide receiver, there was they were doing a very good job of making sure they had somebody hats on hats out there. You know, it was not a situation where people were streaking down the field wide open, except for maybe that one play. There were a couple of open passes that were missed by Sam, as you know, like I said, he had a really bad day, and I think that's fair to say. The hope is that he does get better. Why the pressure's on him? Why the fuck do you think the pressure's on him? This is his ability to prove that he is a quarterback that can be a starter in this league. And when you have the weapons that you do here, people are like, you don't have any other excuse. And he's now getting all this praise and attention. And now all of a sudden, it's you're seeing him fall back into some 100%.
So 2 things real quick. Shout out to Ron Mexico for the $9.99. He says we need our missing players. Don't think so. Dak without Zeke 4-12. Brady last year in New England 10-6, first round exit. Pat Mahomes with missing O-line, Super Bowl massacre. You draft players to play. And listen, man, that's a big thing that I've been talking about that I don't feel like our coaches are doing. And Tony, you said that this has been the best offensive line that you've seen this season. Well, I'm here to tell you that your favorite beat reporter in the whole world, David Newton, disagrees with you. Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold was pressured on 43% of his dropbacks today. That's the most this season. His 3 picks were the most too. He said he had a couple that he held onto the ball too long. So again, man, this offensive line, it wasn't the sole reason that we lost, but it was a major fucking part. Just like
it
Sam
was
Darnold
number 3 on the list. Fuck that. It's not even in the top 4.
What is that list? It's
right,
one of
I
the
will make the list.
On
number
the
1. All right, what's the number 1 reason on the list?
Joe Brady, in my opinion.
No, wow. I don't even want to do this number 1, number 2 bullshit.
No, I mean it's very
all
true.
Of them. It's all of them.
No, I don't want to hear
person.
this. Look at you. You're just backing out of this.
You can't put it on
so
one
easily.
Person. No,
I can put it on Sam Darnold, dude.
Sam Darnold.
Straight up.
Okay, so what?
Defense, we play from ahead. We play from ahead. Very simply, like we got out from the beginning, and it was not because of Sam Darnold. Come on, let's be that. The fucking defense got a safety. They got all these turnovers. They gave them fuck that. How about this? I tell you who's last on the goddamn list. That's the fucking defense. Do you know who's last on the list? Is fucking Hassan Reddick. He's the last motherfucker on the list. Is the last person on the list is Booyaka. I mean, I'm telling you.
I agree.
No,
100%.
What the fuck? What else did the defense need to do today?
There's not much more you could do after you've been gassed and you you give the ball back. You get a turnover halfway down the field after they've been driving. You get that excitement. You get the ball back to the offense. You think momentum's flipping, and then you're back on the field in a matter of 45 seconds at the last 4 minutes of the game. I mean,
we should have won this game by 40.
Right.
You know, I mean, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear no.
We didn't win by 40 because of Sam Darnold?
Excuse him.
Because of Sam Darnold?
We didn't win by 1 because of Sam Darnold. Not 40. How about by 1 point? We didn't even win by 1 point, let alone 40
we can do this all we want. You win as a football team. You lose as a football team. You're the one saying, I'm
trotting these white boys out there. I'm trotting
credit.
Fucking Joe Brady out there. I'm trotting Sam Darnold out there.
So who is it, Joe Brady or Sam Darnold? Is it Joe Brady or Sam Darnold? No, you said it was just Sam.
Darnold. Darnold number 1. Dude, he just threw mad picks for no reason. He wasn't even under duress. Triple coverage. Boom. Double coverage.
He was pressured 43 times. That's just
that's fine.
Inaccurate.
That's fine. No, he was pressured at point. But that one hit that he threw to the first pick he threw, double coverage, there wasn't nothing there. It was bad. It was just bad throw.
Yeah, a lot of bad from everyone.
You're right. Hassan Reddick. the reason we lost this game.
Nobody said that.
252.
Play the next fucking call.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say one more thing. This is Panther rule. Let's not use the excuse with Motrin on the left side. He shouldn't be on the left. He should be on the right side, and it's all done. Guess what? He gets paid a shitload of money to play tackle for the NFL.
Was fine
if he can't move to the left tackle, then he shouldn't get paid that kind of damn money. And yes, he does get paid starting left tackle money. You don't like it? Look it up. And Brady Christensen shouldn't be starting right now. Unfortunately, he's probably the second best tackle we got. Even if he is a rookie, he shouldn't be starting. But, the other one sucks, so what the hell are you going to do?
That's too early to say, man.
To be
fair. Same for Brady, excuse me.
I'm going next.
What's going on, fellas? It's Corey calling in. About 2 minutes left in the game. This is right after Sammy D threw his third pick. This might be a two-parter because I got a lot on my mind. Obviously, a very disappointing game, very frustrating game. But I really just goddamn Robbie Anderson going off right now on the sideline. But that's gonna be one thing I talked about, man. Is just the connection with Robbie and Sam has not been there for whatever the fuck we wanted. And I don't want to call Robbie out, man, but I just have not fucked with his body language so far this season, man. Like we've seen Robbie produce with a quarterback who can't throw it downfield, with offensive line who can't block for a long time. So we know he's a big play receiver and he's not getting those chances with the shitty offensive line, but we got to make something shake. I feel like even when he makes his catches or he gets a little 1 or 2 catches a game, like his body language is still shitty. He wants more. He's frustrated with his role, but it's like, bro, you gotta make some shit shake. You gotta make it happen. Like, you can't be dropping balls when you finally get the opportunities you get, especially knowing the kind of offense that we have. But I don't want to talk too much on that. One point I really want to make, man, is this game and these last 2 games with Sam Darnold kind of regressing is really just showing you that how important Christian McCaffrey is to our team. I don't think you can really overstate how important he is or say that we overpaid him because he's a running back. I feel like I might run out of time here, so I'm gonna call back for a second half of my call.
He gonna come back for some more right here.
Yeah, this is Corey calling in, second half of my call. So if you play this first, go ahead and play the other call before this one. Important to his offense, like not even just because of the numbers he puts up and just the plays that you can see with your own eyes, but just when you have a quarterback like Sam, you have an offensive line the way that the offensive line that we have, like motherfuckers. Sometimes you just need a little check down. Sometimes you need a security play. Because sometimes you need somebody who you can throw it to and get a guaranteed 5, 6, 7 yards. I feel like these last couple of weeks, we started to see Sam regress into the quarterback he's been in New York because he's starting to see ghosts again, man. Like he doesn't have that confidence because he doesn't have that security little dump off blanket with Christian McCaffrey that he's had the first few weeks. So I really don't think you can overstate or say we overpay with Christian or anybody that has that argument. He's just so important to his offense in even more ways than the crazy stats that he puts up. So it really goes to show that. And still, man, it's been the same thing as this team. Things that we've known. Offensive line is a fucking problem. And I don't know if Sam Darnold is as good as he is. Is he closer to this? Is he closer to what he's been the first few weeks?
That's the question to me.
I mean, I feel like without an offensive line and without a security blanket like McCaffrey, he's on the shittier end. But just goes to show, man, you get 2 back-to-back turnovers from Dante Jackson. We get 0 points out of it, man. Like this offense is not.
By the way, Dante played out of his mind
else
today.
But just
back in the O-line, that's what we should be talking about.
League, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people are gonna have the same shit.
All right, we appreciate those calls right there.
Hey, real quick, let me give my man CK is out. CK's gotta exit, man. CK, why don't you tell him where? Well, one, give us a final thought, and then tell them where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, final thought right now. Carolina Panthers are in a bit of a backslide. I feel like even though the numbers and the way that this looks, it wasn't as bad of a loss as it was to the Dallas Cowboys. It feels like a much worse loss. And I think when you look at it from that perspective, this was by far our worst game, even though it wasn't the worst loss we've had. It was the first loss at home. And I think there is a lot of, like I said, a lot of things that we need to shore up. But right now, I think you're really seeing outside of our defense, we are not a playoff team. Like, there is no part of what we saw today or even last week that should inspire you to believe, oh man, these guys have what it takes to get to the promised land. We don't right now. Is it possible next year? Sure. I think depending upon what moves they make, or maybe even this year, if they decide to do something crazy, by all means, I think there is still a possibility. But right now we are seeing what in fact is considered to be a collapse. You know, we can talk about the fact that we played who we played for the first 3 games. We did beat the Saints, who were injured, who were without a lot of players, without their offensive coaches. But nonetheless, you know, we won, and it wasn't the only convincing win we've had all season was against the Saints, and they were dealing with a lot of situations at that point in time. Everything else has been a fight. So we just need to continue to really look forward to what this team can be in the future. I think there's a lot to be desired with Matt Rule, but I think there's a lot of hope as well with what he offers. So I think we shouldn't be completely demoralized. But you guys, if you think this is bad, just look at the final 8 games of the season and then tell me you're happy to be a Panthers fan. You can find me on Codizzle at Codizzle on all social media, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. I do streaming as well. And then just find us here on the weekly episode of Madden simulating the upcoming matchup for the Carolina Panthers. They have made us win every single game up to this point. The last 2, they have given weird wins to us, and that's okay. But at the same time, we've lost the games in real life when they've done that. So keep an eye out for those bits of content to drop. But I do appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, CK. Enjoy the rest of the
guys.
afternoon, bro. And hey, how about this, Tony? A donation from the Den Mama herself, Susan Deans. Happy to see you back in the chat. $20 love bomb. You gotta love Susan, man. Sorry,
I hope she was not at the game tonight or today. Look, I gotta jump in here and say this. There are absolutely zero excuses for this loss today against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry, and it all comes down to Sam Darnold. 3 interceptions. I mean, three picks. Like, that's it. This game right here, our defense, dude, we did not allow more than 270 yards just total, like 60 of offense. Like, we held their quarterback to under 200. We held them to under 60 yards rushing. What else you got to do, homie? What else you got to do as a defense? Today was lost. This was a loss by the Panthers, right? We didn't get beat by the Philadelphia Eagles. We lost to ourselves. And to me, that's a problem, man. In the third quarter is, and I know I've said it a million fucking times at this point, but right now, what else is it? What else does the defense need to do?
Tony, you just said no excuses, but in saying no excuses and then putting it all on Sam, you're making excuses for our offensive line.
It's not an excuse.
Yes, you are. You're making excuses for our offensive line. You're making excuses for our special teams. You're making excuses for Joe Brady. It's on everyone, man. You lose as a team.
I ain't made an excuse for
anybody.
They were all
shit. You're saying that it's all on Sam. Right? Sam's number 1 in your words, right? He's the one that
number 1. Yes. Now I did not say all. Yeah. You know what? I say this is all on Sam and Joe. Like, yes. And I'm ready to say that.
So then you are making excuses for the offensive line.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all.
It is. They all played bad. They played bad. They all played bad. Sam was pressured at his highest point this season, this game. How does that not matter? Of course it matters. The point is, Sam Darnold can't be expected to play well and not throw interceptions behind this shit offensive line. And then, when Sam did have a pocket to throw from, he sailed a bunch of those throws. My only point here is, Tony, there is enough blame for every fucking person on this team, man. I mean, listen, and then say what you want about Philadelphia. Yeah, we should have beat them. But at the end of the game, their offense stepped up against our defense. They got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And it's dude, there's enough blame for absolutely everyone. Everyone. And they all need to hear it.
All right. Whatever, man. I'm about to fight these people in the chat room. They're like, I'm tweaking. But bullshit. I've been defending this team for 9 years up in this joint. And I got to deal with this. It's like, look, I've seen bad offensive lines. Very simple. Today, we lost this game because of 3 turnovers. And I'm sorry. Like, I've seen shit offensive lines. We were ahead. I don't want to hear that nonsense. And I will say, look, do I want to act like this offensive line is fucking good? Nope. Not trying to say that. Not trying to say that. I saw us trot Cam Newton out there with no motherfucking bunch of 5 people in skirts. So I don't even. We were winning today. We were winning. We were winning the game.
Until we weren't.
Whatever.
Hey,
So
say
mad.
you again. Oh my word.
Pissed.
Ugly. That's all I have to say. What do you guys think about the offensive line shuffle? I still think they need to switch Christensen and Moten. But
yeah.
Sam,
By the way,
he's
it's your
he's
line. It's
force-feeding
your
a
like your
little too
favorite
much.
line, Cody. It's supposed
What
to
do
be
you guys
so
think about
great.
this special team fiasco as well? Here on you on the pod.
What the hell happened? How did we get a block punt today, dude? What the
Because our
fuck?
special teams is ass. They've been ass all
Oh,
season.
I wanted to
just
ask you about that.
assumed-
Do you think that Blackburn makes it out of this alive?
No. I mean, listen,
I think it's got to go.
players.
I think it's time. And I don't even know if he's ass cheeks or not, but I'm kind of at this point, like, what are we supposed to be happy about him?
No, I mean, listen, but that, again, you can make, I can say that final punt had almost as much to do with us losing specifically as those turnovers, man. Field position is everything. The Eagles offense was not gaining that kind of field position that they had on their own. I'm sorry. They just weren't doing it against this Panthers defense, and the Panthers defense had to come up and do all this extra shit, and they couldn't do it because our offense couldn't play complementary football with them. So, yeah, I said this earlier. Philadelphia hasn't blocked a punt in 4 years. But
we've also had like 3 12-men on the field penalties this year that came on special teams. You know what I mean? Like, there have been moments where the special teams just have not performed. So I don't know who the blame is, but at the end of the day, I saw Matt Rule yell at Chase Blackburn today. Like, he walked by him and he was pissed. And
you
I've
better
seen
be yelling at someone.
All right. Yeah, which special teams right now are not clicking as much as we want. We can't celebrate Chase Blackburn if they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, when do you talk about the coach? You talk about him when he's not doing good shit. I don't know. I mean, like, with the hell, man, we've had multiple penalties. We have it like, where is at this point? Are we just rooting for Chase Blackburn because we know his name?
I mean, I don't know if any of them. I mean, we were just hoping that it doesn't suck like we hope any coach doesn't.
No, we've been rooting for these people. We've been saying they're good. All right. How many years do you got to root for John Matsko before you realize he's not the best offensive line coach in the history
I think
of the world?
David Tepper's going to start flipping tables here soon.
It might be 252-228-5098.
Also, man, third call coming in. Fuck Jalen Hurts for hitting that Superman. I fuck with Jalen Hurts. I actually want him to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
glad you mentioned this.
He's kind of been hit with because he hasn't. Whatever. I fuck with Jalen Hurts, but fuck him for hitting that Superman. I wouldn't even be mad if you earned it, if you kind of balled out and you beat us. But the team beat our fucking selves, man. You could tell, like again, you got a block punt with like less than 20 yards to score, and you fucking walked it in, bro. He probably had like less than 150 total yards. You can't hit no Superman in Carolina after having the game that you had, bro. The game was fucking headed to you on the silver side. So I hold grudges. So it's fuck Jalen Hurts for right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
definitely not down on this guy ever again.
I love it, man. Yeah, dude, so disrespectful. But again, man, the Philadelphia Eagles fans, they came into BOA and made that shit their own. And so it's like, and he's wearing the number 1. He did the Superman, did the Cam dance thing. Yeah, bro, that's just like when Kaepernick rolled into the end zone, did the Superman, kissed his bicep. And it's like, man, fuck that, dude. My fan is allowed to make me pissed off at it.
I bet you Cam liked it.
I couldn't tell you, man. Cam's a professional YouTuber at this point.
What I mean by that is like, it's his house. He wears the number 1, and he's kind of just been disrespected by the Panthers the entire time, right? Like, so Cam didn't dislike people were honoring him. I won't say honoring him, but dishonoring. I'm fuck that, man. How does he do that in just one play? That's what he did. He got one play and then went and did it. All right, let's go to the next call.
Next call. Yep.
Man, that shit sucked. Now, this is Zach from Kernersville, North Carolina. I haven't called in a while just because I've been busy, but God, that shit sucked. Man, we left so much out there on the field. Like, we had so many opportunities to put that away, and then collapsed. And Sam played his worst game, obviously, of the year. I don't know. I've been defending Sam all year. I don't know if this proves me wrong or if it's just a blip on the radar, but I don't know. I still think we're going to be all right in the long run. I like what the front office has done, over the past year or so, but man, today sucked. As always, I appreciate you fellas. Love the show. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Tough day for us today. Tough day for Panther fans. The number is 252-228-5098. Let's keep going through the calls.
Hey, it's Bill from the Pacific Northwest again. Man, I'm back to what I said last week. It's time to can Matt Rule. I mean, the guy screwed up the quarterback position 2 years in a row. He brought Teddy Bridgewater here. That didn't work. He brought Sam Darnold in, who, quite frankly, was not an upgrade over Teddy Bridgewater. He's just not. I mean, can he make deep throws? Sure. Will he attempt them? Sure. But, I mean, his play is just, he's not attempting them. He's not making the deep throw. He is consistently trying to play underneath, and maybe that's just the scheme and the way that they're trying to scheme the receivers open. But, man, there's not a game on earth that Teddy Bridgewater is going to come in and throw 3 picks. That's just not happening. And quite frankly, it's time. We need to just start shipping off assets, accumulate draft picks, and start over. Because,
oh my God!
It doesn't matter.
My man went from this, as he said, that we should have had Teddy Bridgewater. Now it's about shipping off assets. Give up,
dude. I mean, listen. We have to see how we feel after a few days have gone by. I do think that the Panthers do still have a chance to get better. One, if Cam Irving and Pat Elflein continue to be out, well, at least we know the offensive line formation they're going to run with, and that's going to help Brady Christensen and Taylor Moton. But number 2, we do have McCaffrey coming back. And yeah, listen, I'll admit that I'm wrong. Christian McCaffrey means more to this team than I ever thought. And I was impressed with Chuba Hubbard. But, man, I mean, if Sam doesn't have that easy check down pass, it's like, man, I don't know, man.
When do you think you will know what you think about Sam Darnold?
I mean, it sucks, man, because
are you gonna know in the next 4 games? Are you gonna know by the end of this season? Do you need till next season to know?
Yeah, I need to know by the end of this season. Yeah, because I don't want to kick
when do you think you
down
will?
the road any further.
But when do you think you will know?
I mean, in an ideal world, we get to see Sam Darnold play behind a competent offensive line and that can pass protect for him. But we don't fucking live in an ideal world, do we? So he's really going to have to start to make some plays on his own. And listen, to his credit, I have been complimentary of Sam saying that even behind this offensive line, he has been able to do some special things. But unless this offensive line takes a jump, whatever, we're not rehashing this. He had 300-yard performances. That's been pretty impressive. Okay, today he played like absolute shit. I kind of feel like he's an average quarterback. He can make the plays, he can make the throws, but he's never going to be the type of guy that's going to elevate your football team to some crazy victory. And Tony, to your credit, you were the one saying a week or so ago that, Sam hasn't had that, that breakout performance. And I agree with you. He hasn't had that performance. So, yeah, I at least want to see one of those before we start paying him extra money. Because the fact that we have him on a 5th-year deal, I think this past week with the C.J. Anderson trade and the Stephon Gilmore trade, David Tepper and Scott Fitterer are not going to wait around and twiddle their thumbs. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that this football team builds and continues to grow. And I think quarterback is 100% in that discussion too. And y'all may not want to hear this, including you, Tony Dunn, including Lynn in the chat. I'm sorry, but this Deshaun Watson thing, it's not going away. And if you think it is, you're kidding yourself. Until there is a guilty verdict on Deshaun Watson for anything at all, you're going to hear the Panthers being involved in this Deshaun Watson BS. It doesn't matter my opinion on it. It doesn't matter your opinion on it. It's just the facts, man.
Good Lord. Way to bring it, Cody. Way to make up for Sam Darnold being just average as a motherfucker.
You think I can play quarterback better than Sam?
At least you're extra. 252-228-5098.
Hey, C3, man. I'm fucking disappointed, but you know what? This is a win for me because we spent this whole fucking time trying to get a defense and all these cornerbacks. How about Scott Fitterer and the organization draft some offensive fucking linemen? And I'm starting to question Sam Darnold, but the motherfucker was under pressure all goddamn game. Maybe, just
Cody
maybe,
calling
for
in.
once, we get some fucking linemen and overhaul this whole fucking offensive line. Because ever since
Tell
we
'em.
lost to the damn Cowboys, we're exposed. And teams know now from the rest of the season, they're going to know to bring pressure because they know we don't have the linemen to keep Sam Darnold clean and to keep – I'm just frustrated. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, except for the problem is that the offensive line didn't just allow people to walk through today entirely. I mean, they just didn't do that entirely. Like, it wasn't fantastic, but it is not the worst offensive line I saw. And I saw Sam Darnold throw just poor passes several times. And I also saw Robbie Anderson drop it. I mean, like, there were a litany of mistakes, but the turnovers unnecessarily in the second half. I'm sorry. I mean, like, that is it. 252-228-5098.
What's going on, C3 Nation? It's your boy Jay Anderson hitting you up. All I got to say is Sam Darnold wins Sam Darnold. Everybody can say, it's the offensive line. And granted, yes, it's an offensive line, but let's be real. Carolina has had a bad offensive line since what?
See,
2008
that's me calling in.
and stuff like that. Look, 2015, we only had a decent offensive line. But Sam Darnold was Sam Darnold.
Call of the night.
The defense was getting at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts put one off. I'm just saying. We got better weapons than the Eagles. We got better weapons than the Eagles. Guess what? Sam Darnold went Sam Darnold. That's just all it was. All
right. I mean, he's on your side with that, Tony. I mean, listen,
I tried.
Sam
That was
Darnold
me
sucked
calling
today,
in.
man. Like, Sam Darnold sucked. No one's trying to say that he didn't. We're all trying to give, or at least I know I'm trying to give equal blame to absolutely everyone, man. And you remember my theory about week 6? And, there's always, it's around that point where the real big dogs separate themselves
Well, what do you think about us?
Hey, bro.
What pretenders?
We might be out here
let's
pretending,
keep going,
dude.
Let's push it through these calls.
Let's do it.
Yo, what's good, C3? It's JD.
What's up, Justin?
This, I don't. If I'm being completely real, I don't even know how to feel right now. Defense played fucking on point. Defense brought their A game, and Sam, I really don't even know how to. I want to believe Sam is better than throwing 3 interceptions. I want to believe that man is better than throwing 3 interceptions. The O-line still, and this play calling, man. Brady's play call, like people talking about Brady gonna be a head coach, not no time soon. Like I'm slowly starting to think they need to start looking for like an experienced offensive coordinator. I said it last week. Brady's play calling leaves a lot to be desired. But it is no one person on the offense. Like Sam's gonna take the bulk of that he deserved it for his performance, but his offense got to be better.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Big fucking problem. Big.
Supreme Lita.
Big. Okay. What it do, boys? It's your boy Mike. AKA Supreme Lita. Hope you guys are having a fine Sunday, all that jazz. Big fucking problem we have. That O-line, oh my God. You can't make Kool-Aid with doo-doo water. You can, but it's going to be shit.
Yep.
Because okay, I'm going to try to look at this from a positive angle. The 4-2. Defense, legitness. They couldn't keep it up for that long, when they give them 2 turnovers and the offense is like, yeah, we're not going to do anything with it. No thanks. Oh, and I got a fucking headache. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. I know everyone has to be disappointed. Oh man. I know G Baby disappointed too. I don't know if he called yet. But
we'll probably get a G Baby.
It's one of those few
call
days
at some point.
I want to hear G Baby. Because he might have a legit point here and there, but this bad boys. Fucking horrible. They need to take the whole O-line, give them that card with the square, triangle, and the circle, and send them all to Squid Games, because trash.
Send them on to Squid Game.
They are all in debt to us.
In debt.
Send them all. Keep pounding. Panther pride till I die.
Keep pounding. You can't make Kool-Aid with doo-doo water, Tony Dunn.
I watched that. I actually just read a story about the Squid Game and like how people in Korea like shook as fuck.
It's the most popular Netflix show of all time. Like more than
of all time?
Of all time. More than Ozarks, more than Stranger Things. Yeah, dude. It is a worldwide phenomenon, man. We need to put We might need to put all our special teams in the Squid Game, all of our offensive line in the Squid Game, throw Joe Brady's ass in there too, throw Sam in there. Whoever survives, they get to stay. But if you don't, oh well.
I wonder what this tells Netflix is like it's time to invest in the Eastern market. Like if it's not that easy, but ultimately an Eastern themed show that resonates with their with the what you would say we're the Occident and they're the Oriental, right? Oriental and Occident. Those are the two terms. The Oriental fan base, if you can tap into that for Netflix.
I don't know if you're allowed to use that word anymore. I thought that was. I don't know the rules anymore.
No,
I thought that was a word you're not allowed
you
to
can't.
say.
Well, you can't say Oriental.
I think I don't know the rules. I'm not
Really, you
Asian.
can't
I
say
wouldn't know.
Oriental anymore. That doesn't.
I want to say yeah. So
I disagree with that. 252. I swear, if that's the truth, now I just got canceled.
Honestly, it's too early to be saying.
Yeah,
Matt
Supreme
Rule,
says
the
Asian's
time is
better.
up
He's
for
half
Carolina
Korean. He
Panthers.
knows.
It's fucking year 2 of this rebuild, and
But
I'm
then
just done
Karen
with them.
says it's
I don't know
fine,
where
so
to
I don't
start.
know.
If I start with the actual on-field decisions itself, it seems every week he's getting those fourth down decisions wrong. Whether we're going for it when we shouldn't be going for it, or we're fucking punting when we could be having it in field goal range, or just outright going for it. And when we do go for it, that's where Joe Brady comes onto that bracket. We're just running it up the gut in the middle when we clearly don't have the line to do that. Speaking of that line, we're getting it wrong constantly. I mean, his whole philosophy was the best five.
Is this Jay Cryer?
When
no,
what does that versatility do for us at the end of the day? We've played 2 tackles today, both out of position. Taylor Moton, I don't remember last time he got a flag. He had about 5 today. Brady Christensen, his first time playing in the NFL, and we're going to play him out of position. I just don't fucking get it. And then I love JC Horn more than anyone, but the moves we made during the season show we didn't need to draft JC Horn in that position. We're in desperate need of a QB, and that's on Matt Rule, who clearly looked at Sam Darnold and saw the answer there when he was never going to be the answer. He can run an offense, sure, when you've got CNC next to you, but when the game's on the line, today was the Sam Darnold we've seen for the last 3 years, and he's never going to change. How can you look at all of the tape of Justin Fields and say, no, Darnold's our guy? I just don't get it. I'm done with Matt Rule. It's early days in this rebuild, but I think the drafting decision on Justin Fields is going to haunt us for a very long time, and the incompetent decision so early on is a worry. So all my optimism's gone, and
I want to hear. All right, we're gonna play this from the not like the whole call again, but I want to hear one more time who it's from.
Guys, I need to get your opinion on it.
Oh,
It's too early to be saying Matt Rule, your time is up.
It didn't say, but totally British. You're from the UK. We got it. Wonderful. Love to hear that. That was not Jay. That was not Jay Cryer. But boy, he was coming down on Matt Rule right there. And I think at this point, like how much I asked you how much you needed to see from, or when would you make your decision about Sam Darnold? When will you make your decision about Matt Rule?
I mean,
for me, I feel like we have to make a decision about Sam Darnold by the end of next year. I don't even.
Oh, that was Sonny Goodman, by the way. Shout out to you, Sonny.
Oh, fantastic. You can email it to me at carolinacatchronicles@gmail.com if that saves you money too. Or he might be just calling from the US and sound like he's from England.
I mean, he makes a good point though, and Tony. Listen, we knew this going into this year that JC Horn, that pick, no matter if you love or hate JC Horn, which by the way, how could you hate him? I think the guy is going to be a shutdown corner for a long time. But listen, that this question about Justin Fields and even Rashawn Slater, they're going to continue to loom over our head. So, you know what I mean?
Or they don't. Or they don't. They do or they don't. Like, I mean, at this point, they don't loom anymore because we didn't fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
they're looming that
like,
we potentially we should have picked those guys. You know what I mean?
I do. Look, when we picked on that draft show, people made fun of me for not knowing how great J.C. Horn was of a pick. But all I wanted was either an offensive lineman or a quarterback. But people like laugh and made fun of all of that nonsense. Just like you laughed and made fun of me 2 weeks ago in that Houston game, and all of a sudden Sam Darnold throwing fucking 3 picks a day.
Well, yeah, he didn't do that versus Houston. He recovered
I know,
some
but
fumbles.
y'all were
that he
mad
made.
at me for not saying like, oh, we should give him a 5-year deal. 252-228-5098.
All right. I know everybody's going to be pretty salty today. But, you know,
I'm the only
just like-
salty one
just
here.
like
Everybody else is
Tuesday,
just forgiving
I'm bringing
everybody.
the positive vibes. I had
Not
to sit in
true.
a fucking stadium and have these goddamn fans spell out the simplest fucking word for 4 hours. I'm riding home with 2 of them. But I'm keeping the positive vibes. Just like I said on Tuesday, we're going to beat the fuck out of them, and we did on defense. The defense came out and played exactly the way I thought they would. The receivers weren't getting open all day, but really, I mean, it comes down to Sam Darnold. You know, I could shit on him, but all I'm saying, guys, let's not give up yet. It's week 5. We're 3-2. We got the Vikings, the Giants, the Falcons. We're just fine. Sam has plenty of time to bounce back. You cannot expect him to be an MVP candidate his first year. He's going to be more of a game manager. And next year, he has much better chance to take the next step. That being said, these are the type of games you got to win the division. But listen, if you're fucking coming out of here a sourpuss bum, and also, if you come to the fucking Panthers game and you maybe cheer on third down and you don't cheer when the team's got the back on against their walls, got some bullshit going on. If you don't cheer when their back's against the wall, like when they're fucking leading, then don't even fucking show up. I mean, these fans, the Eagles ran us out of our own stadium by the end of the day. I mean, it
He's
was
in the
pathetic.
car
People are
with
leaving,
more
we still got 3
Eagles
touchdowns
fans
and
than Panther fans,
I
which
mean,
is also ridiculous.
you know, I just like to see people have a little more passion. We're 3-2. We got a chance to win the division still. I mean, I don't know. Keep pounding.
All right.
Keep
Great
pounding.
call. Number 1 is you're suffering on the way home with the opponent's team as we lost. Number 2, you're suffering with the idea of going to a stadium where people do not stand up and cheer on third down. And it sucks, bro. I don't know how
It's so
to
annoying, dude. What do we
it's
have
like
to
ridiculous. Like, this is all you got to do is you got to just cheer on third down on defense. There's like rules to football. Like, you don't even know how the shit even works. You know what I'm saying? But like, when our defense is out on the field and it's third down, you fucking cheer like a motherfucker. And when our offense is on the field and it's third down, you quiet as a motherfucker. Like, that's the shit. Like, these are the
It's
first
really not
rules I
that
teach my
hard.
it's like,
not hard.
Stand and cheer here and be quiet in this other mud. But no, it's terrible. And this poor guy had to ride home with 2 Eagles fans and call in. You know what? Good for you. You told them to shut the fuck up while you called into this show, and they did. So good for you. 252-228-5098.
Podcast brothers, how y'all doing?
What up, G?
Hey, y'all, how in the living fuck did we lose that damn game, man? We had that damn game. We had that game, y'all.
He even laughed.
And that was a fucking interception by Chin for a run back. Got fucked once again at our own fucking house. Man, special teams needs to be worked on, man. They blocked the fucking punt. And then Sam Darnold was just off today. He threw 3 interceptions. I could see 1. He threw fucking 3. Oh, man. Against the fucking Eagles. That's the second team in the NFC that we lost 2 weeks in the damn row. But I still believe in Sam. I read the comics of people saying Sam is not the answer. I still believe in Sam. I'd rather have Sam than the last quarterback we had. You know, Bridgewater. Like for
I
real.
thought he was going to say his
Defense
name.
played pretty good. I know.
All right. It looks sounds like he got cut off. Maybe there's more to it. Nope. Different call.
You're talking about it might as well been Philadelphia. That shit has me depressed as hell. It's Joey again, by the way, and you know where I'm going with this. I have been very critical of. I don't have a problem with most fans individually, but as a collective,
Dude,
I
Justin
think
Herbert's so good.
that it's not all true, but I think that there's reasoning behind our reputation as a wine and cheese fan base. I really do. And it maybe the acoustics of the stadium go into that, but damn it, there were a lot of Eagle fans. I went to the Jets game. My
Look how
girlfriend
perfect these calls are
started
lining up.
cheering for the Jets. I mean, she'd never been to a game. She doesn't know how to cheer and stuff. And I told her, just go off of,
She don't know how to
the
cheer.
crowd
How
be
to
real loud.
explain
Like
it.
when you want to
When you
cheer when
excited,
like
you
the crowd is
yell.
loud enough where you feel it around you. The Jets fans were so damn loud. My poor girl started cheering, and I had to explain to her that, we were kind of pussy fans. Some of us were, because we didn't fill the stadium. We didn't get loud. We didn't, Yeah, Saints game we did. Like, I blow my voice when I go to a Panthers game. I love it. And there are a lot of other fans like that too, but there are not enough of them. We need to be more intimidating, guys. We need to. I mean, we don't have to be straight up assholes, like go on the light rail train like an Eagles fan wants to sit down. We don't let them. No, we don't need to do that. But at the stadium, we need to be loud. We need to, because like the Saints fans fans are extremely loud.
Fucking stand
They're
up on third
extremely
down. You
passionate, but after
sit the
that
fuck
game
down.
went out, they're very nice. I wish we were like that. I really do. Anyway, guys.
When they're on,
what do we need to do,
defense,
Tony?
when we're
What
on
do we need to
defense
do?
on third down, you stand up and fucking cheer. And when it's third down and we're on offense, you be quiet as a motherfucker. Like, it's very simple.
I mean,
There's
I
two
can get that
rules.
shit. I don't even stand up, and I get it. I understand. What do we have to do, though, man? Like, why do we have to continue to go through this every year? Well, number one, I think the fact that we lose these games also says a lot, too, that they come in here, they feel like they're cheering for their team, and they pick up a good win against what everybody was telling them was a really good Carolina Panthers team. So right now, the Panthers, we're the feather in the cap of the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, what do we have to do to get our fan
think
base
the
to be
PSLs are
more
the problem.
aggressive, man? Like, yeah, I do
think
too.
the PSLs are not the problem. Like they
They've been a
are just
problem.
part of it. Is like the idea is when you have to pay a subscriber fee ahead of time to get your seat, then you're gonna be more inclined to sell. Like, you have to pay for it ahead of time. Like, you're just more inclined to sell it, I would think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have to pay a fee of whatever, $1,000 before then I can buy my season tickets. And I just would say that the PSL ensures that the stadium is going to be sold out. It ensures that they're going to make a ton of money. But at the same time, I don't think it creates a atmosphere of intense fan.
Well, then David Tepper shouldn't bitch and complain about it either. If you want, like, you're going to continue to do this and you want to take away the keep pounding chant, that's the dumbest shit in the world to me, man. I mean, listen, just like I was saying, Tony, there's enough blame to go around for these losses today. Well, if our fan base is a problem, dude, whenever you point fingers at someone else, you got four others pointing right back at you, man. Listen, we're Panther fans. We're the ones that are in control of this. We need to do a better job of letting new Panther fans know what the protocol is and just being better in general, man. Knowing when to be loud, knowing when to, really turn up for your football team. And if you're a Panther fan that has a PSL and you're selling them to away team fans, fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. Next
All right,
call,
let's go
man.
next.
Booyaka, 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 booyaka!
Yeah!
I want to ask
Hello, here we
C3
go.
podcast. If we have Cam Newton or if we have Deshaun Watson, do we win this game? Do we win this fucking game? Because I'm going to answer it for you. Hell fucking yeah, we win this game, Cody Lack and CK. The fuck are you guys talking about? Blaming it on the O-line. The O-line looked just fine to me. Yeah, they were getting blown the fuck up, but not to the point where we couldn't fucking win this game, man. Stop blaming it on the O-line, bro. Stop it, you guys. This is bullshit.
I can't believe G-Baby's
Absolutely
real,
bullshit. And I've been trying to tell you guys about Joe Brady's punk ass. Just someone give this man a head coaching job so he can get the fuck out of Carolina. Dude's a facade. Dude is fraudulent as fuck. Dude is call scared plays, man. Like, what the fuck is going on? Tony, T-Baby, sister T-Baby, all of a sudden, wreck this fucking podcast. I'm so sick of hearing this. Oh, the O-line, the O-line, that. No, fuck that shit, man. And I told you guys, giving Robbie punk-ass Anderson that fat-ass contract did not make no fucking sense. None. Absolutely no sense. The defense, hell, if it wasn't for the defense, we would have got blown the fuck out today. This defense kept us in the game, the entire game. And Sam Darnold kept on giving it back.
Right.
In all reality, the Eagles should have beat us by 30 fucking points today. But they're trash. We let a trash-ass team come back and kick our ass. It makes no sense. Sam Darnold is holding this offense back. I'm going to repeat it again. Sam Darnold is holding this offense back. Overthrowing people. Inaccurate. The same Sam Darnold. Guys, we've had 4 years to look at Sam Darnold. He ain't going to change. We need to make a trade, and we need to go get Deshaun Watson, or we need to fucking bring Cam back to Carolina and have a QB competition, because this is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. I'm sorry.
I love
this is
the Cam
unacceptable.
take. My man, G-Baby. Holding back. I don't know if I'd use the term holding back when it's kind of been back. Like, it almost feels like Sam has sort of propelled us forward, but he sucked today, dude. He has not had his moment. He's not had his moment.
No, he hasn't. Did you read this comment? John Kitco says, dude says the N-word, claims to be black, but sounds white. That's why he refused to come on the Friday free-for-all. Listen, I cannot tell somebody's race over the phone, man. I refuse to try and do it. All I'll say is this, man. Black. We have been upset. Oh, yeah, you said you've seen him, right?
Pretty sure.
Didn't you say you saw a picture of him?
I feel like we've been through this like 3 times.
I'll just say this. We all like to dump on G-Baby sometimes. But, dude, if he ends up being right about Sam, I mean, today was the first indicator of that. So, I don't know, man. Sam has to really jump back in a big way. A lot of the Sam Darnold defenders, you know, we have to be honest about Sam, you know. And listen, I've always said, and I'm on record saying this, so y'all can't talk shit about me. I'm pretty sure
G-Baby's black, by the way.
I have been saying that everyone on this team has something to prove. Sam Darnold, chief amongst them. Did I think he had a higher ceiling and a greater potential to be better than Teddy Bridgewater? Yeah, I really did. But if he starts sucking and this is terrible and continues to overthrow just rudimentary passes, then, dude, man, like, we got to move on, Tony. I'm not willing to continue to kick this franchise quarterback question down the road, man. We have to do something about it.
Actually, I do remember. Look, G-Baby has sent me in the and he probably is dating like hot white girls too. You know what I'm saying? So like he's about to make the chat like so.
I hope he is.
About
shout out G-Baby, bro.
Real. What they say? Real recognize real. What they say?
Yeah, real recognize real. We say this every podcast.
G-Baby brings wisdom and emotion. It's not like if you take on the face value the comment, you're like, oh, it sounds so ridiculous. But it's it's like his emotion is leading us on these little tidbits of information right here. And number one is Sam Darnold. That's what he's saying is Sam Darnold it. Scam Darnold, Sam Darnold type thing, right? Next, what is he saying here? The offensive line, trickety trash. And then third, he also has questions about Joe Brady. These are all like, we're all interested in it. Would Watson, though, alone fix that? I don't think so.
I think we would have made a lot of those completions. And I think once he got up to speed, his ability to extend the play, his feel for the pocket, yeah. Again, see, we're having like a bunch of different conversations here about Deshaun that are having to do with off the field stuff. But yeah, again, if there was no question about, off the field issues, I guarantee you David Tepper would be doing everything in his power to get Deshaun Watson here. And I do think he would be better.
Let's power through with this goal.
Booyaka, 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 booyaka! I want to ask.
Is this the same call?
Yeah, it's the same one.
podcast.
Okay, I was going to say, good God. I
Yo,
love that.
3 is JD again.
What's up, Justin?
Been listening to the podcast. Calm back or got some of my energy back. Y'all reminded me, and I've seen a few chats say also, season ain't over with. We're 3-2 right now. That was a bad loss. I think you can put the majority of that on the offense, obviously coaching included, but we still have a damn good defense. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the boat. Say Sam is better than 3 interceptions. I think getting CMC back will help Sam out a hell of a lot. But the play calling offensively does need to get better. I still feel like we might need to look outside. Look at a veteran offensive coordinator because I'm off on Brady. But try to bring some positivity. Try to bring some more positivity. Like I say, listening to you guys, our defense did their thing, and that alone will keep me tuned in. That alone will keep me tuned in. That alone, prior to the season, I thought that if the defense played better, that would give us a few more wins than what we had last year. Like I said, Sam is better than 3 interceptions. Getting CMC back is going to help him out immensely. But the loss sucks, but we still 3-2 with an opportunity to improve next week. We're going to have to take the L, like I said last week. Hopefully I ain't got to say this shit a whole lot more as the season progresses. But we got to take this L, hold it to our chest, and carry this bitch around until next week. We can get out there and get the dub. They got to be better, though.
Good
And
loss or bad loss? How about that?
Pitch fans got to support them. Like, through good and bad. We gotta stick with our guys. So here's hoping Sam can get back to doing what he was doing for the first 3-4 weeks. Keep on it.
How about this, Cody? Good loss or bad loss today? And I think that's what my position has been trying to encompass. Good loss or bad loss?
I would honestly say that from a defensive perspective, it's a good loss. I mean, look, if we had won, Dante Jackson, we would be singing his praises, which we should be anyway. Dante Jackson continues to ball the fuck out. How about this? He might be the best player on our defense. Dante Jackson this year. He might be the best player on our defense. Jeremy Chin is fast, flies to the ball. But overall, I think our defense responded in a big way. And I think that it's a performance that even though we lost, we can still build off of. My one thing is that we continue to see how bad this offense is. And now it's staring our coaches down. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? What are you going to do to be better than this? Because let me tell you, if we put up that same kind of performance against the Minnesota Vikings, dude, Minnesota might put 40 on us, 40 or more. I mean, they have all the they have the running back, they have the receivers. Dude, what do you mean? No. If we
Our
continue,
defense
if our
ain't giving them no
offense,
40.
if our offense doesn't play complementary football, we're going to be asking our defense to do this bend, don't break bullshit, and it's never going to be enough, man. We're going to continue to lose games like this that we shouldn't have lost.
Today was a bad loss for the Panthers. Is any good loss or any loss a good one? I'm not sure, but you can certainly find more positives and moral victories in some losses than others. And today was a moral loss. Carolina Panthers defense did what it needed to do today. The offense turned the ball over 3 times. The special teams was a mess. You know, and I'll give you this, Cody, as you said, like, hey, there was the defense could have like not let this one touchdown happen or whatever. But short field, it's tough. Today, I was ready to come on this podcast and go, booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. AJ, booyaka, my player of the game. Like, I mean, the defense came out there and fucking was studding cats in the first half. And I would say the whole game. So, yes, is it on the offense? Today was a bad loss. It was a loss. Like, if you look at the schedule on paper, the Carolina Panthers should have won it. They should have won it if you could have bet the game after the first half, you would have been betting on the Carolina Panthers. And then again, you have to take into account that the third quarter is some fucking weird voodoo ass magic on the Carolina Panthers where we suck. The third quarter, it's the weirdest thing ever. Anyway, 252-228-5098.
Yo, C3, it's JD.
Do we hear this one?
Been listening to the podcast.
Cody Lack, this is G, baby. I'm so fucking sick of hearing you talk about this offensive line, bro. I'm so sick of hearing you mention Deontay Brown's fucking name. I just watched motherfucking Brady Christian get his fucking ass kicked today. And there's a reason why this motherfucker has been
he
playing.
didn't get his ass kicked.
Last year, you were so high on Dennis Daly. I just watched Dennis Daly get his motherfucking ass kicked. And
I've
even
been
with
saying to
them
bench
getting their
Dennis
asses
Daly.
kicked, the offensive line still held up and still was good enough to get this fucking job done. We did not accomplish the fucking mission.
Gee, baby, why don't you ever come on Friday Free For All and say this shit to me in person, bro?
Oh my god, dude, I can't. Oh my god. I can't even talk right now. I'm so fucking mad right now. I need to smoke some weed. You hyped up these offensive rookies to the point where you literally have Panther Nation calling for these motherfuckers to come play. And I'm sorry, but these boys cannot fucking play, man. They can't fucking play Cody Lack.
You wouldn't know that on a week.
Know this Deontay Brown's fucking name because he sucks. Brady Christensen sucks.
Shut
Dennis
the
Daly
fuck
fucking
up.
sucks.
What a moron.
Stop putting
Shut
this
the
on the offensive
fuck
line.
up.
Today's
How about
offensive
that?
line's not losing this game, bruh. Sam Darnold lost us this motherfucking game. The defense played championship defense all the way up into the fourth
Gee,
quarter.
baby, you
There's
sound
only
like
so
a
much you
clown,
can
bro.
fucking do to fucking hold to hold their offense to what we held them to for 3 straight quarters before. It's like, damn, bro. Like, what else do you want the fucking defense to do, bro? Stop
Gee,
making
baby, you
excuses for
sound
fucking
like a
Sam Darnold and this
clown,
motherfucking
dog.
offense, G. Open your motherfucking eyes, dog. This is bullshit.
See, this is the type of
We should've
person, man, that
killed these
doesn't
guys. We
understand
should've killed these
context
boys, man.
even a little bit,
And
bro.
after the fucking first pick, Sam Darnold fucking threw. You're lucky that the Eagles didn't fucking. It was a pick play, and Devontae Smith had a touchdown. You lucky they called that bad because it would have
That
been
was,
7-3
you
for the
know
fucking
what?
Eagles
He
in the
is
first
right
quarter.
about that.
What do you have to say
Like,
about
thank
that?
God they called that shit.
Sam Darnold,
Thank
you
God
fucking
they
little
called
bitch.
that.
Little ass bitch.
All right.
Revel up in mother.
Next call.
Hey guys,
It's the opposite.
No, pause it for a minute. Pause it for a minute.
This is the biggest juxtaposition of calls.
Before we just go into Chuck from Elizabeth City. One, G baby, if you want to talk some shit, come on Friday, bro. We'll hash this out, dude. We'll have a genuine
ready.
discussion Friday Free For All at 7 p.m. You want to talk that shit? Come and talk that shit, bro. Number one, you're not going to see the best of this offensive line when in under a week, Taylor Moton knows that he has to play left tackle. Why hasn't he been preparing there for this entire season? Why hasn't Brady Christensen been a part of our offensive line rotation? It's on coaching, man. And don't say Deontay Brown sucks. You've never fucking seen the man play. You're all emotions, bro. You need to take your
I
fucking
tried to
mind
tell you
off.
that the offensive
Get
line
off your
wasn't the
period.
problem. Now you're agreeing with me,
Bitching,
though.
quit complaining. Add some context to your criticism, bro. Every time you call, everyone's calling you a clown in our chat room, dude. That's just the
Keep it up,
truth, man.
G-Baby. T-Babies, I got your back, G-Baby. Got your back. Chuck from Elizabeth City.
Now bring the energy down a little bit.
Kidding me?
Oh, it's back up.
Don't look like shit.
Hold on, no.
Chuck
Chuck's,
from
Yeah,
Elizabeth
restart
City.
he got a lot of
Okay,
energy,
Carolina sports
too.
guy. Well, guys, I guess we're just not ready.
He's
Leaving
right.
too many points on the field. A safety that should have been a touchdown. Not trying to kick the ball, pooch punt in the third quarter. Third quarter's killing us. We can't get any points. 3 points in the second fucking half? Are you kidding me?
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Darnold looked like shit. But the reason why he looks like shit is because at the end of every damn game, it looks like he got ran over by a damn tractor trailer. The freaking interior offensive line sucks. John Miller, I mean,
Sucks.
God knows, man, we've even seen the elf line out there, and he sucks.
Yeah.
Paradis sucks ass.
He does.
And it doesn't seem to matter who we put at tackle because it's not even good enough. Can't get any push. Chuba Hubbard played well. Tommy Tremble scored. Ian Thomas played well. Robbie Anderson catches the ball and we get a first down. We can keep driving the ball and the game ends. And still we get a punt. The Eagles suck. Oh, we let Jalen Hurts and them move the ball. We kept them in the game long enough to win.
Dude, we shut their tight ends down
anything.
today, though. Like, we did
Instead of
all the
thinking
things
about the
you're supposed to
playoffs and hoping we're
do.
going to do well and thinking we turned the corner, I think we just need to try to settle for 9-8, have a winning season, and then make next year the year that we actually make the playoffs. Because we're not ready. Not with that sorry-ass piece of shit offensive line we got. We don't have enough. And what about our defense? They look good for a while, and then they just shit the bed. I'm getting tired of seeing our quarterback destroyed every week, and we have a hard time getting sacks. And when we finally get pressure, it's not enough.
Dang. Don't underestimate
I've seen with this
my man's energy. It's a good
well,
call.
do it for Veritas. I'm lost for words.
Look,
Getting
they might
painted
have
by a
52
sorry
more
ass
seconds of
kid.
words. Let's see.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City, aka Carolina Sports Guy. I'm so pissed because I get tired of every year having my heart ripped out because of poor play. And I sit there and look at them freaking cheeseheads in Green Bay and that piece of shit quarterback that looks like he wants to leave. And every freaking time he trots out on the damn field and plays for Green Bay and it looks like they're going to lose. He looks like a damn Civil War reenactor from Ken Burns' PBS Civil War series. And he's out there and always finds a freaking way to win. We're never going to get in the spotlight and be anything big until we get players to gain the ball and step up and play like they should freaking play.
Matt says that, thank you, Chuck. Wonderful. And you're right. He does look exactly like that. You can't capture any better than that. The thing that this is Mark. How would you pronounce the last name?
Llewellyn? Mark Llewellyn.
The thing I would understand is if you guys were upset at the coaching because they made some serious mistakes today, like not going for it on 4th and 2. Agreed. Like, we should have gone for it on 4th and 2 instead of punting the ball there. They hadn't been able to do much on that to that point, but we were still, I think, ahead at that point. We lost. Either
Mark
way,
Llewellyn.
it was like
Llewellyn, like Ellen.
Llewellyn.
Mark Llewellyn. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you, man. But at the same time, it's like, listen, if people are coming down hard on this football team, yeah, you can say, oh, well, you're just overreacting to a loss or whatever. But we very recently thought that this team was a legitimate contender to make a playoff push. And the type of performance that we put out there today was not indicative of that kind of team. I mean, yeah, we're 3-2, but these games matter. These games matter
Let me
a
ask you
ton.
this. Let me ask you this: is that if you were gonna, so I think we sometimes get so caught up in like assigning blame, right, and assigning success or anything. How about instead, let's just rank confidence, right? Instead of saying like, all right, this is what happened today, and this is the reason we didn't win this game. But let's just rank our confidence. After this past week, our Scott Fitterer, we had injuries go to our secondary. All of a sudden, this mug trades for CJ Anderson, gets Stephon Gilmore for nothing, this and that. Is your confidence in Scott Fitterer going up or going down? I would assume it's going up. Today, after this game, and we now say this is what is our confidence, and where do you want to start? You want to start with
so
Sam
what?
Darnold,
What's
you want to start
the
with the offensive line? Like to me, it's like those are the first two things we talk about.
what's the scale you want to use? Like ranking our
I don't know if it's a
confidence from 1 to
scale. It's
10?
just this is that I would say that my confidence in the offensive line, which went down more today, confidence in Sam Darnold or confidence in the offensive line?
Probably my confidence in Sam. I think a lot of those
Me
plays that he
too.
missed
Me too.
was routine. Well, the reason I say that is because I felt Sam had been doing well. And I didn't really expect our offensive line to play well. I was hoping that Taylor Moton, the left tackle, would provide a boost. But guys, I've been saying this, man. The offensive line position, they play off of one another. They play as a unit. If you have one guy playing out of position, you know, he's normally on the right and now you're putting him on the left. There's a whole lot that goes into, you know, picking up blitzes and stunts. And dude, they were killing us with those defensive line stunts today. So they need
So what you're trying to say is
gel.
this. You're trying to say that your confidence in the offensive line can't go down because it was at the depths, which I don't believe that. Like, I mean, it was kind of at the depths. I've seen worse offensive lines than this Carolina Panther fans. So what I'm trying to tell y'all this is that if Sam Darnold's confidence level went down, offensive line, say it went down or was already at the bottom anyway. Then when it comes to Joe Brady, and I don't know what the answer is. Like, I don't know if he's doing things right. Actually, I don't have a real giant problem with him. But like today, stock did not go up or confidence did not go up for this coaching staff at all. So where is the confidence going up at for this team? You continue to tell me that, not you, but we continue. I thought we were very close to being what today? 4 and what? 1?
Supposed to be 4-1, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're very close. We should have been. Like at this point, are we trending in the right direction? I don't know. And when will Sam Darnold have his game? Like the statement game that changes our mind. That's what it's going to take.
And dude, how about Justin Herbert's out here dropping dimes out here, bro?
What happened now?
Dude, they just tied now they're 28-27 Chargers. Justin Herbert is just the man. That dude looks like a 15-year NFL veteran, dude.
You were right from the beginning.
Fuck.
Let's go to the next call.
Hey, Tony, Cody, CK, Greg, love the show.
Thanks, Greg.
Guys,
Appreciate you,
what
bro.
can be done about this offensive line? It's been a perennial weakness of the Carolina Panthers. They usually have a weak, mediocre offensive line. Now, this offensive line this year fucking sucks. They can't get 1 yard, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. They can't get a push to get 1 yard. They can't pass protect. They can't pick up blitzes. They can't do screen passes. What can GM Scott Fitterer or this team do to improve the offensive line? Because obviously it starts with getting new players, but maybe getting a good offensive line coach. What can be done? Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work.
I think the first thing Cody has to go with this is invest in some capital in the position. Right. I mean, we paid our first offensive lineman, I guess, since Trey Turner with Taylor Moton. We have not drafted an offensive lineman in the first, Greg Little. We traded up for Greg Little. Like, that's the highest. We have not invested resources in the offensive line position. So at the end of the day, like, I think you have to allocate some assets there.
I mean, we don't have a ton of assets right now. We don't have a second round pick.
No, but we have to
pick.
that. You want to fix the line. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not fixing it. It's like, it's this. You can't fix something if you don't even pay attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers have neglected their offensive line for a long time. Listen, there's a lot of really bad tendencies that have bled over from the Ron Rivera era into the Matt Rule era. And that's us not highly prioritizing offensive line until it's way too late. And one, again, I'm going to beat the living hell out of this point. We might have the answers on our roster right now, but the coaches refuse to play with it. They refuse to play our young guys. So it's tough, man. We're going to have to spend a few picks in the first round on the offensive line. If we're ever going to get to that perennial contender status, it all goes to the offensive line.
All right, next call.
Hey, Tony, Cody, CK, Greg, love the show.
I heard that one.
Yeah, guys.
Hey, this is Margaret. We crapped ourselves, but I have faith. We keep learning and we keep pounding.
Thank you, Margaret.
I know.
Yeah, we have no choice but to keep pounding.
Man, tough. Today was a tough loss for me, right? Is that today is one of those things like for Dallas, you should be able to, all right, we could say, oh, we ran into a high-powered offense. We ran into a team. We were getting kind of set back to normal. This was a game that we came out, won in the beginning, should have won on paper, and the other team played to the whistle or somehow found a way. They found a way. And so I think this was a bad loss for us and a great win for the Eagles. Like, if you're Sirianni and you're that team and you find a way to come into someone else's house and do that, and the team that people, this is a bad loss for us and a good win for them. And I hate that. 252-228-5098.
Truth be fucking told, we are the Carolina Christian Academies. We can't do shit without this man.
I told you.
Everybody fucking knows it. Just face the fucking facts. We need them or we lose. This is Walt motherfucking C, baby.
I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think it's Sam Darnold turning it over for me more than
Hey, that's for Cody. Me and Cody been friends a long time, man.
Kevin!
And I told Cody before the season started, this team would be lucky to win 7 to 8 games. Cody will tell you that. I told that verbatim. The ownership is the problem here, guys. You can spin everything around, but everything starts at the top. Crap flows downhill. This ownership is not a good owner, in my opinion. That's what I think the real problem is for number one. But anyway, that's my opinion. Me and Cody been going back and forth about this. Cody thought they were going to be great this year. They're really not. My number 704-794-3506.
Oh, damn. They give it out. The people are like, you want to call me back about this shit? Check me out.
Hey, that's my homie Kevin, man. Hey, me and him go
He
way
said,
back.
call me up. I mean, you want to talk? You want to rap about this shit? Call me.
That's my. I don't know if look. That's my MMA buddy, man. Him and I go way back. He has been telling me that this team, it was a good for 7 or 8 wins. He's definitely been telling me that. He seems to think it's the ownership. I don't know, man. We're gonna see, man. We're still in that
today
kind
was
of
the Sam
purgatory
Darnold
phase.
ship.
I mean, dude, we're in that kind of phase right now where we're still figuring out who we have for coaches and what kind of owner we really do have in David Tepper. I think David Tepper has gone out on a limb and told Fitterer to bring people onto this football team, make it a better football team. I just think now they're left clutching their pearls because they know their offensive line isn't up to snuff. And this could
right.
potentially get a lot worse.
Let's keep going.
Yo, what's up, cat callers? Hey,
Same
man,
call?
listen.
No.
Joe Brady, we got to get rid of him. This is not working. He needs to be coaching or be an offensive coordinator with a flag football team. This is
Oh, flag football team.
We need a quarterback. Sam Darnold, I think he would be a great backup somewhere. His arm did not look sharp at all. His decision making is not sharp. The defense, shout out to the defense. They kept us in this one. You're right. They did. Man, this offensive line, Christian Brady looked pretty good. I don't know what's happening with Deontay Brown. I think he should have been in there for John Miller. We're going to have to go to the draft and get some real offensive linemen, man. This is getting ridiculous. Oh, and shout out to
I can't believe everybody's giving
Trevor Hubbard.
Darnold the pass.
Man, he is. I think he's going to be all right. I call him the Canadian Crippler 2.0.
Hey, I like
He's the
that.
man. Hey, you guys take care, man. Talk to you later. Peace.
Everybody giving
Take
Darnold
care,
the
man.
pass. All right, last call.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City, aka Carolina Sports Guy. I just got to say this after thinking about it. Everybody's jumping on Darnold for 3 picks. Once again, we get behind.
Everybody, just me.
And I understand that 3rd pick, everybody's looking, man, we got to go. We got to get this win. Well, here's the deal. Look at the play before he threw the pick. We got a first down. We pick up a first down. We're moving close to midfield. And we get a hold by one of our specially gifted, semi-retarded offensive linemen.
Not supposed to say that, Chuck.
Yeah. Except for when it's really funny.
So he feels like he's got to get
I
a big
didn't
chunk
laugh.
of yards instead of settling for
I'm
5
still
or 6
laughing.
yards. He's got to go down the field. The lineman, when we pass on the ball, Darnold's getting killed. When we run the ball, they can't get any push. When we do a good play, they're holding. It's sickening. It's sickening.
Wow.
Tony, we've had some good calls today, man.
All
We've
right,
had some good calls, man.
All right, so let's we kind of wrap some things up. All right, so we've had the Carolina Panthers. First of all, I don't like even how disgusted we are at this point with even this show. At this, like we're like, oh, this show. We got to do this podcast that we love.
If I'm going to
what's
be
some good
miserable,
that came
I'd
out of
rather,
this?
if we're going to be miserable, I'd rather be miserable with these cool fucking fans that we
Oh,
got in
no,
the chat
I love
room, man.
yeah,
we
I
can be
love doing
miserable.
this.
We can all be miserable together.
It's way better having this podcast and our teams being playing than like to just like I don't know. Anyway, who's your player of the game? Because I got mine. My player of the game is AJ Booyaka, 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 Booyaka. AJ Bouye was killing it today, man. He was in on a lot of
He
plays.
was.
And if all of a sudden this team should have won it like they should have, Carolina Panthers should have come out and won this by 10 points. It could have been very easy. I don't understand what happened. I mean, like it felt like the Panthers were winning the game, even with the shitty ass 3rd quarter. They were still winning the game. And how did we lose this game? I don't know. But AJ, Booyaka, Booyaka, Booyaka gets my dab on him. I like made a difference right away. I can't wait for Stephon Gilmore. I don't know if I saw CJ Henderson's name called once. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. But this ain't on the defense. Booyaka, Booyaka, Booyaka.
I like that pick. But you know what? I'm going to give it to the person who I think deserves it the most. And that's Dante Action Jackson, baby.
Good game.
Number 26 in your program, number 1 in your heart right now. This man is flying around. He said, y'all better pay me my motherfucking money when this season is over. I'm ready to go. I'm balling out. Every single play, this man's going 1,000%. 2 interceptions on the day, flying around the football field. He's always the first one on every single play. The guy is tackling well. Dante Action Jackson is playing his best football of his entire career. I'm loving it. Dante Action Jackson gets my game ball, Tony Dunn.
You got a player you want to put the towel on their head? Towel of shame? The pouty towel? Who you got?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
I'm putting it on Sam Darnold.
You can't do
it on Sam Darnold. I just fucking did it. And I knew you were going to take it. And I swooped it out from under you, Tony Dunn. So what? I took that like the Philadelphia defense took it at the end of the game on that punt.
Maybe you're just saying something that's true. Maybe you're just saying something. Maybe you didn't take it from me. Maybe it's just true. Maybe it's
Sam
just true.
Darnold played like absolute shit today.
Yeah.
He did not play well.
Yes.
His pressure was terrible, but then there were just flat out a bunch of plays where he left yards on the field. He had an opportunity to move the football and didn't do it, failed to do so. So that's 100% on him. Yeah, man, for the first time this season, Sam Darnold got to put that towel on his head.
I'm going to drop it on someone who I don't think in my life talked junk about. And that's Robbie Anderson. He dropped he's dropped passes this year. That's it. It's like, I'm not like, man, whether or not you think he's a good player, babe, I don't give a, like, he just dropped a couple he always catched in the past. Felt like that way anyway. He dropped pass today. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, at some point, things aren't easy for anybody. So if we're going to ask perfection out of Sammy D, we got to ask it out of Robbie, too. Got to catch those. So that's my towel on the head. Towel on the head, too, to the fucking Panthers for losing. Jesus. Should have won this game. Squandered game, man. Squandered game, and that's why I think today was a bad loss. You're listening to the C3 Panthers post-game show. We're here on Tuesday nights live, 9 p.m. You can check us out on YouTube, wherever you get your live shit at. Facebook, where else? Periscope. We're on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, and a podcast version the next day. We really appreciate your support in the chat room. The number is 252-228-5098. You can continue to be part of the show by smashing the thumbs up button, leaving a comment, and check my boy Cody Lashney out. Dude, how can they find your work?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Cody Lack. You see it right there on screen, CODYLAC. Just like I do here on the podcast, I'm like that on Twitter. I'll go back and forth with you. I'll tell you what I think about this football team. Also, I'm the analyst for the Carolina Panthers at drafttech.com, where I write content for the Carolina Panthers. And you can find me every single Friday on the Friday free-for-all. And I quite literally mean you can find me. I'll let you on the show. Gee, baby, where you at, man? Why you talk so tough in the cat calls and don't ever come and tell me this shit in person, man? Come on the show. Do you think I sound absurd? Come tell me that I sound absurd. Come on here Friday, every single Friday at 7 p.m. You can get on the show and talk about this Carolina Panther football team. Tony Dunn, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Let's get the fuck out of here, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, y'all.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.